Hey, what's up, guys? This is Taib from Master Kicks. I've been off for like an entire week. Dealt with a lot of things in the house, a lot of work. So this morning, finally, I got a chance to get back on my computer and do some work. Tomorrow, the Jordan 6 Flint is coming out, and I'm gonna share my screen and show it to you. These right here. Let's go on Nike. The Jordan 6 Retro Flint. I actually like the shoes. They're called the Jordan 6 Flight Nostalgia, and they basically are like a remake of the Flint Sevens. They come in the same color combination, white, gray, and black on it. And this is a nice shoe. I mean, when I saw it the first time, I liked it. The leather looks like amazing. Suede underlays here. You see there, suede underlays on the toe on the panels with the perforations, and suede on the toe box, and just tumble leather on the outside, and the overlays and the pads. And then you have your air chamber, which is typical of the Jordan 6. A little bit of purple on it, and gray and white. Now this is a nice shoe. So my job this morning was to try to figure out how many pairs were made, and I was kind of stunned. And I'm gonna go to my website to just read the stuff off of it because I don't want to. I forgot. I just wrote the article basically, so I'm gonna read off the website. So basically, what I did was usually I just go and take account of all the people that are getting it, and most major retailers are getting it, and most minor retailers are getting it. So I kind of Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, East Bay, and Finish Line and Hibbert. And then from the minor retailers, I have Ruvila or DTLR. They're the same company. Kicks USA, Chic, City Gear, and Jimmy Jazz. Now, Shoe City is not getting it. Avalanche is not getting it, and some others are not getting it. So I guess Ruvila, DTLR, Kicks USA, and Chic, they kind of have a special relationship with Nike, if I'm not mistaken, because they're getting them, all right? And Nike, of course, is getting the shoe. I already showed it to you. So the next step is to come up with some assumptions and then come up with the numbers. So the assumption is basically the same that I use most of the time. Foot Locker is probably gonna get a third of everything that's coming out. And when I say Foot Locker, I'm counting Foot Action, Champs, and East Bay as well. So they're gonna get one third, and then the online location are gonna get about one third of what their physical locations are getting, and then East Bay is gonna get about one third of what all the three online locations are getting. So based on that, we just gotta figure out how many physical locations are getting the shoe and how many pairs of physical locations are getting. And I did an average of 18 per store. Now you could go on Foot Locker and see for yourself. Like most um House of Hoops are getting it. Those are basically House of Hoops location. I live in Frederick County. So if I put 21704, that's my zip code. You got this is Bethesda. That's a House of Hoops. This is a House of Hoops. This is not a House of Hoops. It's just like it looks like a House of Hoop. This is a House of Hoop, almost like a House of Hoop. And all these Tyson's Corner, that's a House of Hoop. This is a House of Hoop. And then this is again HOH and all this kind of stuff. So it's basically House of Hoops in some select locations. It's all based on demographic. They know what people want, and they're gonna give you what they think you're going to be able to sell. So most are like those locations are getting it. You can do the same thing for Foot Action. I guess all the Foot Actions are getting it. Let's just check it real quick. I'll do that in front of you right now. And then I'm not going to waste my time on Champs because it's not, I don't want to be doing that. This is like boring stuff, man. No, I got the wrong one. Let's see. This is it here. So let's check that. Come on now. Oh, stop it. Okay, see, pretty easy stuff, man. Like all the fractions are getting it. So let's get back to the article. All right, so this is it. So when I did it, I multiplied the FTL numbers 335 stores times 18, you get 6,030. Foot Action 270 times 18, you get 4860. Champs 133 times 18, you get 2394. You add all this together, you get 4428. And then to get the East Bay, I divided the online location will be all this added together divided by 3 for 4428, and each space is going to be 4428 divided by 3, 1476. And then altogether, if you add them all up, you get 18,588 times 3. This is 55,764 pairs, and I'll just round it off to like 60,000. Again, this is based on assumption, so It may not be the reflection of reality. I'm just trying to give you a picture. Now, my next question is what I was interested in, because this is boring for me. Like doing this stuff upstairs, I don't like that anymore. I wanted something else that's exciting. So I wanted to see how many were sold already. So I went on like third party marketplaces. I went on eBay, and eBay sold, I just sold an item. Darn it. Okay, eBay, one, I guess eBay, I counted one sold here and then more. 6 pairs sold on eBay so far. 6 pairs. I looked everywhere. It's only six pairs that were sold on eBay. Man, I don't know how much I sold this joint for. Let me see. I lost money on this. I sold it for 32.55. Man, gosh. Anyway, that's life. Man, man, oh man. So eBay 6 pairs sold and the average was 189.90. StockX, StockX. I have it over here. 84 sales, and you see here negative 13.2%. So that means this is below retail. 165 was the average price. I guess it just changed from like what I checked it when I checked it a little while ago. Let's see if the number changed here. I'm just gonna keep it the same. Okay, 90 sold as of now. Okay, she is this is live information. And then Kixify, I counted 13 sales, which I showed you here. This guy sold one. This guy sold 11, and another guy sold 2 pairs, and I counted that, and he came up to 13 sales, and the average was 206.38. So basically, Kixify is the best place to sell this joint right now. eBay is probably the worst as far as like how quick you can sell it. StockX is probably the fastest to sell it, but then that's where you're gonna lose the most money because the shoe is selling for 165 and the retail price is 190. That's not good. Now, what kind of inference can we make? Now, I went on GOAT, could not find any data on it, so I disregarded that. So based on the numbers above, we can say that 103 pairs have already been sold through the third-party marketplaces. And then the average based on that is you can add all three together, eBay's average, StockX average, and Kixify, and the average came up to 186.93. Now, if that's the case, right, 103 pairs sold so far. That's like 0.17% of the entire number of pairs that were sold. I base it based on like the 60,000 pairs. This is pretty insignificant, but don't let that fool you. What I'm trying to say is this. This is just those that were sold. This is not the listings. There's two different things: sold and then currently listed. Now, this is the 0.17% is a representation of what just sold. Doesn't mean that this is everything that was listed on the third party. So the third party still have a significant importance, and I'll show you why. And based on this inference that I'm gonna make next, what I'm saying is this: like retailers are in deep trouble. This shoe is selling on the third party now for 165. That's on StockX. 186.93, which is less than retail. Retail is 190 plus tax. So if these guys, people aren't buying it online for this much, what makes you think people are gonna go tomorrow to get that shoe? Retailers are probably banking on cash customers, people that just still don't know how to use a computer, or they don't know how to use their app or their phone and stuff like that. But I think this is what's going to happen. And my business partner, Chris from Arch, talked about it. Gradually, what's going to take place is this: those cash customers are going to use the cash apps that are now existing everywhere. And once they figure it out, cash customers are going to disappear. So that means retailers are in deep trouble. So what I'm going to do in the next couple of days is I'm going to monitor this release for the next 7 days to see what sizes are still left on retail. See, like I'm gonna check Foot Locker, Finish Line, and all these places to see what sizes of the shoes are still left, and I'll go to my local mall and see if I can collect some data. Because this is what I'm thinking: this shoe is gonna be terrible for like retailers. That's gonna sit, and then they're gonna end up at the outlet, and then the cycle begins. And Nike is the big winner. Like when you look at the grand scheme of things, Nike always wins because that shoe's gonna go to the outlet for 160, and people are gonna jump there and buy it. And I've already explained a lot of things based on the article that I wrote. Like I wrote an article that was like last week. This one, you need to go and read it if you get a chance. It explains everything that I'm saying here. It talks about the RTV system and everything. But this is what I want to highly recommend to you guys. This book by Chris. He's actually working on one now, and he's gonna show you a lot of things based on a lot of stuff that he's done over the last year. But I would highly recommend this book that he wrote about CDO. This is just a preview of what's coming to you next. And let me see if I can find the book. I should have. Oh my goodness, I messed up big time. Let me see if I can put that over here, and I'll show you the cover of the book. It's a good book, man. I highly recommend this book. Uh, I guess you know what? Let me go back on the old article. It's right here. I have it on here. I know you have time. If you have time to listen to what I said, then you have time for this one. So just give me a minute. Yeah, basically you see what's going on. So if you want the shoe, if you want to buy the shoe now for less than retail, you could go. I have a bunch of guys there for you. This guy's selling for 186.90, so you can get it now. But I would recommend just wait, man. Like if you really want those shoes, I say wait a couple of months. They're gonna hit the outlet, and you're gonna be able to get it. All right. So this is the book that I was talking about. I was referring to this one here. Chris, I don't know. You know what? Next time, I don't know why I can't find the cover of the book, but that's fine. You know what I'm trying to say. You'll see it later on. So this is it, guys. That's all I got for you. All right. Thanks for watching this type from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff.